Awesome. Okay, Lynn, I think we're ready to go live. Okay, we are live. Amazing.
Nice.
Okay, hitting the ground running. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Taiko Grant Factory MACI Community Voting Round demo live stream with me, James, from the DoraHacks operations team, and we've got Neb from the Taiko team here. How you doing, Neb?
Doing good, doing good. It's awesome to be here. I'm really excited about this. Is I think like the largest MACI voting round on DoraHacks, right? So I'm pretty excited actually and pumped up to see all the voting and also all the projects presenting here today with us.
Yeah, so we had the project demos before. All those links are available on the DoraHacks site, and today we're going to be going over the process of how to cast your vote in this MACI round. So just a quick overview of what this is. If you're new, if you're just tuning in out of curiosity, or if you're a part of the Taiko community, I'll just do a quick overview of where we are. So the Taiko Grant Factory hackathon started off in September last year and rounded off towards the end of the year. And as a part of that, in addition to the team voting, there's also a community vote. And what Taiko have chosen to do, which is great, is use MACI voting, which is something that was kind of conceptualized by the Ethereum community. But here at DoraHacks, we've implemented it into a form of privacy on-chain voting. So you can vote on-chain, completely verifiable through ZK proofs, but you're anonymous. So people can't see which way you voted. And that's why it's called minimal anti-collusion infrastructure, because there's no way for projects to say, hey, vote for me and I'll give you some points or some tokens, because it's completely anonymous. And this is the largest MACI round, not only that we've done on DoraHacks, but I think in the entire EVM community, the biggest MACI round to date in terms of how many addresses we've whitelisted. So we're super proud from DoraHacks to have facilitated this. There are over 900K addresses whitelisted from the Taiko community. I think that's all of your Trailblazers participants, is that
correct? Yeah, so we had like a bunch of them, like as I said, like probably around 1,900,000 and something, and everyone is eligible to vote. And also like a side benefit of actually voting on DoraHacks and our hackathon is that every one of those voters and those addresses are eligible for 50,000 Trailblazer points. For everyone that follows the Trailblazers, they know how much worth actually they provide on a daily basis. So if you didn't vote, voting started on the February 1st. Feel free to vote. You already seen the demo voting page, basically to explain how the voting works. Here today, James and I are just to showcase here live.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Super cool to be able to get their hands on all of those Trailblazer points. So far, we've had 819 signups to the MACI round. That's only been just over a day, maybe 2 days of voting time. So we're hoping everyone's still got about 10, 11 days to cast their votes before the 14th of February. So if you are whitelisted from the Trailblazer program, make sure you head over to dorahacks.io and follow the steps that we're about to show you to cast your vote before the voting closes then. Anything else you want to add, Neb, before we start? And then you can start showing your screen.
Yeah, I just actually wanted to mention that we chose MACI because it aligns with our fully decentralized ethos, right? And the privacy. So in all Vitalik's manner, we are following that path. So I'm really glad that you guys also enable us to do that, and like really grateful for that. So yeah, we can start.
Cool. Yeah, no, we're super excited to be deploying such a huge round with you guys, and hope that this is the one, kind of the first one in many different use cases of MACI that we can do now that we've integrated it with Taiko Layer 2. So yeah, if you want to start sharing your screen, and I'll walk you through the process as clearly as I can, so that everyone in the community can follow your steps whenever they're ready to vote themselves.
Absolutely. Give me just a second and let's do this. I hope everyone can see my screen.
I'll just add it to the stage. There we go. Maybe we can do pitch. No, I think we want to see the whole screen. Okay, So this is DoraHacks.io, just our main page. You don't need to have logged in with your account, although feel free to make an account with DoraHacks if you want to take part in hackathons and everything else. So the first thing you need to do is head over to grants at the top. And this isn't specifically a grant program, but quadratic funding there is where we list all of our MACI rounds. So it's the top one, quadratic funding. So here are a list of other MACI rounds and quadratic funding rounds on DoraHacks, and you can see the Grant Factory MACI voting round is there. So just click on that. And so this is the link that we'll be sharing with the community. So if you're just picking up the link that we've shared on socials, you'll be taken directly to this page. You can see the number of signups has gone up even since I last read it. It's now 835, which is awesome. The number of anonymous MACI messages is 2,056. And then we've got all the projects, the 9 finalists selected by the Taiko team down there at the bottom. So the first thing you need to do, just making sure that you've got some ETH, Taiko-native ETH in your EVM wallet that you've been whitelisted with, and you just head over on the left to the cart button on the screen, and it should prompt you to connect your MetaMask.
Yep. Connect.
Okay. Agree to the terms there. And if you are whitelisted, which you hopefully are, then it should sign you up. There'll be a small amount of gas to pay. Obviously, being Taiko native, it's negligible. It's not like if it was an Ethereum native on the layer 1, then you'd be paying a few dollars. Well, maybe not today, but
but in general, yeah.
in general.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so you've been allocated 100 voice credits, and I'll just explain what this means. You don't just get given votes to cast, but what we do is a quadratic voting, which means that each vote you cast for a single project, the number of voice credits it costs is the number of votes squared. So n votes for a project equals n squared voice credits. That sounds confusing, but essentially what it does is it makes sure that whales can't over influence the outcome of the voting. So if you voted, for example, with your 100 voice credits for just one project, that would only give you 10 votes. So 1 vote costs 1 voice credit, 2 votes cost 2 voice credits, 3 costs 9, 4, 16, etc. So if you add some projects to the cart there, you could add all of them. I think we should be as unbiased as possible and just vote equally for all of the projects so we don't influence people's opinions too much.
Just a quick question.
Yeah.
Sorry. So can we, for example, instead of like going one by one and adding into a cart, can we like just add all of them and all of them appears here so we can like maybe vote in the same time for all of them?
So if you add them all to the cart, you'll be able to choose you have to do it manually for each one. There's no add all, but if you just click that orange button, it'll add it to the cart on the left. Yeah, so you can just do that for all of them.
Not. But
so just keep adding the. Yeah,
we can do like one for one.
Well, I add a couple now, and then you can play around with adding different numbers of votes to the box for each of them. Yeah, just 3, for example. So at the moment, he's given 1 vote to the top project. So it's only costing in 1. And now it's 1 for each. But if you increase the number of votes you want to give, you can have a look at the voice credits and how they increase quadratically.
5, 4, and 3, for example.
Yeah, so that would have been 25 plus 16 plus. Did you do 3 or 2? Plus 9.
3.
Yeah. So then you have 50 voice credits remaining. You don't have to spend all your voice credits. If you just want to vote like this, you're welcome to. Although I would expect most people to want to spend all of their voice credits. So yeah, make sure you've checked out the build all details as well for each project before you vote. So before you log into the MACI, you can click on the build all page. You can see the details. We've got the demo videos that the Taiko team did following the end of submissions to the hackathon. So make sure you understand the projects and you know which one you want to vote for. And then I'd say if you want to, yeah.
No, I just wanted to add like check what your preferable project, see what you like the most, and based on that, cast your vote, and also how many votes you want to cast for each project, of course. Maybe you just like one, then you can go all like all in, like 100 voice credits, for example. But if you have multiple, you can weigh as many points as you want for each individual project. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. And so the reason we do this is because it encourages voters to rank their choices rather than just picking one project and going all in, because you have more influence over the final outcome if you do, 5 projects for one, 5 votes for one, and then a few for another, rather than just 10 for one project. So we end up with a nice clear ranking from first to last of what the community preferred. Another benefit is that if you allocate the number of voice credits based on, for example, token holdings, you wouldn't really want the whales to be able to just completely sway the outcome of the vote. If it was just one vote per token, you have some whales that would just completely undermine the whole democratic process. But even if you did allocate voice credits in line with how many tokens people hold, the outcome would still be kind of balanced because it's a quadratic voting. So with this, everyone's allocated 100, so it's less of an issue. But just thought I'd mention that as to why we do this potentially slightly confusing method of voting quadratically.
I mean, it's confusing maybe for start, but once you hear the explanation that you provided, actually it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, cool. So why don't you just add all of the projects to your cart now, so we don't
Yep. Give me just a second.
So we don't just vote for 3 and get accused of being unfair. So yeah, you can see you can add all of them, and you can each give them 1 vote or 2 votes.
So let's do
1 vote's fine.
Yeah, let's do 1 each.
1 each. Obviously, if you're a community member watching this, you don't need to do 1 each. You can do according to your preferences. You've still got a ton of voice credits left. That's not an issue. Let's just stick with what we've done. So 1 vote for each one. And you're going to hit that button, which is confirm or submit.
So after, just for clarity for community, so let's say I chose to give each of these projects 1 point, right? Or 1 voice credit. After submitting, can I do like another round?
Yeah, so that's what I was going to show you. Once you've voted, you'll have an option to start a revote, which essentially cancels your previous vote, and you'll be able to vote again. So if, for example, after this live stream, you decide, actually, I don't want to just give 1 vote for everyone, some of them I think are better, you're welcome to, once we've stopped live streaming, just come back and start the revote. So you just okayed a couple of transactions in your wallet, and it cost you a tiny amount of gas. I'm not sure we saw the MetaMask pop up on
it did. It was actually fast. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure if we can see it if you're showing your screen like this, but anyway, you just have to press OK and confirm when the MetaMask prompt asks you to sign the transaction. And you can see it's already done. Your votes have been submitted. And that's that. You voted in the MACI. Congratulations.
Yeah. And I don't know if you see on the bottom screen or it's just a pop-up for me, but there is a transaction has been sent to the network notification. It's still loading, so apparently it's gonna load in quite a few seconds.
Yeah, that's it. We can see those. And as I mentioned, you've got the start revote button, so you can either do that now. Maybe don't do it right now as we're streaming, but if you want to change your votes later, or if you close the page and you come back the next day, you decide, actually, I found out some more about one of the projects and I want to give them more votes or whatever you like, you can just log back in and repeat the process again. And it'll only count your final vote if you revote. So you're not voting twice. So very flexible. And as I said, all of these transactions are on-chain transactions, which we'll be able to see on the Taiko Explorer, but it will obscure the way you vote. So we can see which addresses signed up, which is how they're being allocated their Trailblazer points, but we can't see who they voted for. So there's no way to determine, if there was any, if people voted certain ways. It's all completely private and anonymous in that regard.
Noted. So just again, like for clarity, so once I start like a revote, it's actually like I'm getting back all the points I spent previously. So instead of like doing, for example, if I spent like 9 points, I got like left 91. Then on the second round, I spent other 91. So basically, you just start over again with the first 100 voice credits, right?
Yeah, it'll be a completely blank state. You can try it now if you like, just to demonstrate it if you want.
Sure. Doing it for the community.
So it's done revote. All of the projects have disappeared from your cart, and you can see you have 100 credits again. So it's just the same process.
Yeah. So is there like anything else for the people?
I think that's all for now. So what we're going to do is after we finish this session shortly, I'm going to add the link to it to the details page of the MACI voting round on DoraHacks so that people can catch this afterwards. I'm just going to check the comment section and see if we have any questions from the audience. Can't see any so far. That's all good. I guess it's actually very simple, but we just wanted to make sure that there's no confusion. There's only a couple of weeks to vote, well, only 11 days left. So we don't want people who want to vote to have any barriers to entry. It is pretty straightforward, but making this video just helps them see how the process looks for themselves.
Absolutely. We already had a demo voting video. Now we have a live, so I think everything is clear and seamless from my point of view. Of course, like if guys, if you see this and you still have questions, feel free to drop either DoraHacks or to me directly on our Taiko Discord, Twitter, like whatever, and we'll be there for you guys.
Yeah, cool. Exactly. Yeah, get out in touch if you have any questions. And just a reminder, it's still the 14th of February with winners tallied straight after that and planned to be announced on the 15th. So get voting.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Thanks, Neb. I don't think I have anything else to add. But thanks for joining. Good to meet you. And looking forward to seeing what the results look like.
Likewise. I can tell you that these 9 projects were really great. And I'm really looking forward to see the outcome of like community voting.
Yeah. And Trailblazer points flooding all around.
Oh, yeah. They're going to love that. I bet.
Good stuff. All right. Well, thanks for your time today. And thanks to everyone for tuning in, whether you were live or if you're catching this afterwards from YouTube. And yeah, let's speak again towards the end of the vote.
Okay. Take care.
Thanks, Neb.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.